Hello, guys. Thank you so much for your patience in the uploading of another video. When we began this journey last year, I did say that this beautiful experience, this human experience, I have to take the time to feel and heal and gain the higher perspective and have my guides come in and really work through my stuff as I evolve, and then put myself in the position to share once my frequencies have recalibrated, because this whole journey is really turning you inside out to get you out of the shell that you're walking around in, to turn on your authenticity, to turn on your highest frequency, to turn on your soul's mission. That is what the healing journey is about. So when I sit in front here and I'm speaking to you guys, I am not speaking from a 100% healed state. Life is happening. I am navigating many new territories, and it is triggering different levels of expansion within me. And as I expand, I'm able to share the joys of that and the higher perspectives from that of my guides and other persons or other beings of higher civilizations. So I wanted to bring that here. What we wanted to talk about today was a couple limiting beliefs that would seemingly keep back the Caribbean collective, or that is keeping back the Caribbean collective to a large degree. Growing up, there were certain things that would have been said to us, whether it was in the term of a fable, or maybe just a quick note they might have taken away from their experiences and would have said to us. As we established in the earlier videos, the frequency in which these things were said to us were coming from the frequency of fear, lack, scarcity. And yes, it doesn't take away from the fact that whoever told it to us loved us. It doesn't take away from the fact that they did love us, but what they were doing is sharing their experiences in a very, very strong way to us. And because we were open to receiving advice and programming, being children, we're in that mode of dependency on our guardians. We would take everything that they say as right, good, and true through our own lenses, interpret it with our through our own nervous system, and that particular thing would bring a particular feeling and therefore a particular outcome. So what we're here to do is to just break the ceilings of these idioms or these beliefs, to give persons a new perspective or a larger perspective, and really hone in on the fact that we are all playing a very vital role in our existence and in our world, in whatever it is we are navigating currently. We are the main player in that, and with that comes a lot of power. But then you need to check now the toolbox that facilitates that power, to ensure that the tools in there is actually tools that you can use to get where you want to get, or to help achieve your mission, or whether it is in fact sabotaging you, right? So what we're going to do is just look at two of the idioms. The first one is new broom sweep clean, the old one knows the corner, right? And the second one is the grass isn't always greener on the other side. And what these two idioms really does bring to us is to be grateful, right? Or the space in which you are in, you don't know what is coming. And what's coming to me now is the next idiom, which says, you know what you have, you don't know what you're going to get. And while these things were said in the with the intention of keeping you in that grateful space for what you have, it has also created blocks. And these blocks are rooted in fear about the future and about what you can actually achieve, right? And if you, some persons would take a look at their life, they would realize that there's just been a pattern, right? So different faces, different places, but basically the same experience and the same energy associated with these situations that reliving, right? And that over time, it not only gets boring, but the soul gets weary with that, because your souls are here to expand and to live in this beautiful world that we know we are creating, or that we are capable of creating. So these two idioms, what it would have been wired into us as is, wherever you are, right? You know what you have here. Make the best out of this. This is it, right? Because you don't know what is going to come. So this is it. Now, there are two sides of the coin to these idioms. And what my guides are saying is that there is nothing wrong with how it was said. The interpretation and the frequency in which it was said and received is where the fear and the scarcity and the lack is based, right? So when it comes to the grass isn't always green on the other side, what we need to hone in on is that we are here creating our reality. And the grass is green on the other side if we say it is, if we believe it is, and if we action for it to be. Because this life isn't necessarily about staying in one plot of grass forever, right? At some point, your soul would want to reach for something greener, reach for something riper, reach for something that that breeds expansion, that breeds more joy, that brings to you a certain level of fulfillment. And it doesn't take away from the fact that what it is you are currently experiencing isn't great. So you should remain in that state of appreciation for what is, but yet still open, right? Open to more, or open to new coming in for that, for that growth. When it comes to the new broom sweep clean, but the old one knows the corner. This is supposed to pull us back to the roots of our ancestors and what was said, what was done, whether it was in the medical field, whether it was in education, whether it was in finance. There were certain things that they would have done, right? And what that would have done for us is put us in a better situation to understand the next way forward. So new broom sweep clean, old one knows the corner. How that was meant to for us to understand was that do not disregard those root sayings, or those things that our ancestors would have experienced and pulled out certain lessons from, right? Going back into the old is what is going to give us a certain level of understanding to move forward, right? So when it knows the corners, it's vast, right? There's a lot of information there, right? The new one, it sweeps clean. Now, there is supposed to be a beautiful sinking, or beautiful merging of what it is that was old. So you go into it, just as I said in the beginning of the video, you go into it to see what applies here, what is serving me here, what doesn't seem to align with the frequency I am trying to, maintain and expand on. And you take what resonates and you leave what doesn't. So this saying to a lot of persons would have registered as, let me just sit here with this old way of doing things, this old way of thinking, because I've always gotten the same results. But do you want better? Because if you do want better, you cannot do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. It's about seeing what is working in this old thing and what you would like to see added to get that outcome you want, and being open to new strategies and insights for that implementation, right? When it comes to the You know what you have, you don't know what you're going to get, because that keep coming. You know what you have, you don't know what you're going to get. My guides are saying every single thing that you want to have in your life is worthy of having if you think that it is. So yes, you know what you have, but if there is something that you want, or you want something to be improved, just simply setting that intention and being open to it, and not blocking yourself from more, right? On a psychic level, because how you do that on a psychic level is just being closed off to more options, right? So it might be that you are in a relationship and things are 8 out of 10 great. So instead of trying to see, well, how it is that other two could, really come and balance off to give me that full experience, you would say, well, I get 8 out of 10, so that's good enough. But what that really does show to you when you look into how energy works and the law of attraction is that that two that you really would like to have from that person, are you giving that to yourself? Because you could only attract that from that person of which you are. So you have to be of a particular vibration or a particular vibe in order to get that from somebody else. Like you teach people how to treat you, kind of, well, not kind of, but yes, that's what it is. So in that regard, you really have to use that situation as a metric, right? A metric for expansion. So wherever it is you are displeased in your life, or wherever it is you feel like there is room for improvement, but you haven't been seeing improvement, it's been years you haven't been seeing improvement, more than likely there is a belief or a template programming in there that is keeping you from experiencing that which you want to experience. And what we wanted to do was just cover these 3 idioms within the Caribbean collective that was meant for good. The intention there was great, but the frequency it was told in and received in based on or default settings and based on traumas from past lives, sorry, it's going to be registered in a frequency of lack, fear, scarcity, which therefore puts a block in your ability to change your life really quickly, or to attract what it is you came here to attract, or even believe that let's start with that. Actually believing that you're worthy of receiving that other 2%, or whatever it is that that you want to achieve, or that you think may be lacking in some area. So what we invite you to do is to go into any aspect of your life, whether it is money, relationships, friendships, home life, career, whatever it is that you feel you want to just open up a little bit and start unpacking, and see if you're genuinely happy with where you're at with it. What is anything missing there? And this isn't meant to nitpick or to take yourself from that space of gratitude, but what it's meant to do is to open you up to the possibility or the idea or the reality of more, because we are worthy of receiving everything that we need. I'm saying this now, and then something that comes to mind is that for me, when I was growing up, something that I would hear a lot, like from adults, is that you don't deserve nice things, you work for nice things. And that's heavier. That's like a whole 3 episodes to talk about. But let me just say this tidbit here. What we actually believe about our lives is what is happening. Coming in here, if you were like heavily drenched in religious and the traditional societal beliefs, you would think that you aren't worthy and you have to work to prove yourself worthy of every single thing. And when I say work in not only in terms of like physical work, hands going to work, that kind of thing, but work as in make up or do more, or be in that stage of survival to show yourself worthy, right? So, what I'm saying is that taking all of that into consideration, just know that wherever you are deserving of your dreams and you are deserving of your desires. It's your programming that is keeping you from thinking in the highest regard towards yourself, as well as certain things that hasn't been initiated because of the blocks that you have because of that belief. So everything is linked, from your beliefs to the way you feel to the way you think and to your reality. So it's about going in and realizing what it is you've really been honing your experience to, or equating your experience to. Sometimes it just comes down to one singular belief. So I'm gonna leave this here. Look out for videos coming soon. I'm gonna get more frequent in that. Please bear with me. As I said, navigating quite a bit on my end, but this right here comes with love, it comes with passion, it comes with peace, it comes with just so much energy, and it's coming from a place of wanting to see the collective consciousness raise, from wanting to see persons move from that state of victimization to that state of creator, to that stage of taking ownership and accountability for where you're at in your life, and for knowing that you are worthy, you are enough, you are fucking deserving of the life that you dreamed of as a little boy, as a little girl. But your programming is what is keeping you from experiencing these higher frequencies. So have a good day. I look forward to chatting again with you guys real soon. Thank you for watching.